Thank you. My name is Isaac Mass, M-A-S-S. I'm a Greenfield at-large city councilor. I wanted to take this opportunity first to thank you for coming to a wonderful Greenfield. We're happy to have you. We encourage you to eat before you go home and to come back for recreation when you, once you do get home. I want you to understand that while there are many people in the county who have very serious concerns about this project, there are many people who also have a different opinion. While I have no comments about the proposed route, I believe, and many others believe, that there is a serious need for additional natural gas resources here in our community. Recently in Franklin County, we have a area that has, particularly Greenfield, that has a long history of manufacturing. We're the home of tap and dies. We've had a resurgence in advanced manufacturing. The onshoring of jobs from China back to the United States has been a key priority for economic development. And there has been enormous investments both in the public sector and private sector into job training in these fields. These manufacturers desperately need heating mechanisms for the production of their products, and that requires natural gas. We are completely committed to alternative energies. We are making the biggest investments into solar in the entire Commonwealth. This is in an alternative energy community. However, with the closure of the nuclear facility, with the closure of coal plants, the need for natural gas has become more prominent. And we would like to let you know that we want to bring jobs, not just construction jobs, but long-term manufacturing jobs, and continue to service an expanding and growing populace. Our residents have a moratorium. We can't add any natural gas to residential usage, and existing residential natural gas users can expand the service they have now. If you apply to put a gas grill in your home, if you want to put a gas heating unit, Berkshire Gas will not allow that currently because they are at capacity. I know this is a difficult... I know this is... I know this is a difficult decision for your board to meet, but insofar as the need for natural gas exists as a product, as a usage for this community, regardless of the route, there may be a better alternative route. There is certainly a need for additional natural gas in Greenfield and Franklin County. Thank you.
Madam Hearing Officer, Commissioner, and staff. My name is Jeffrey Cook. I think you can spell that, right? C-O-O-K. I'm here representing several of the economic development organizations in Berkshire County. We were determined to have our voices heard in this process because we see and feel things really very differently. Berkshire County has been losing population on a steady basis for years. And part of the loss has been the outward movement of plastics manufacturing and tool-making companies to the southeastern parts of the United States. It's all about energy costs. It's all about electricity costs. 6 cents a kilowatt hour versus 17, 18. So we've heard a lot of things tonight that are very emotionally disturbing, and people feel tremendous passion about this subject. Here's some of the things that we think about in Berkshire County. Gas mains are not new. They're not new. I'll tell you a quick story. I'm standing on the northern boundary of my property with a neighbor. We're bordered by a 16-acre meadow. He tells me that he's against the pipeline. And I say, oh? He says, yes, it will destroy our environment. I asked him how he heats his house, gas. Is he on a fixed income? He is. Is he concerned about his ability to continue to cover the cost of that? He is. And then I asked him to look over there at the end of the field at a yellow and white post. And then over there, a yellow and white post. And then to the backwaters of the Housatonic River, and then to the bank of the river, where a Tennessee Gas pipeline has existed 30 feet from his boundary and mine for as many years as we've been in the community. There are 525 miles of gas mains in Berkshire County. We live with them really well. Half of our homeowners heat their homes with gas. Half. Right now, our biggest concern is that we cannot reverse the loss of economic strength and population, and the only way we can is being able to address energy costs across the board. We think you are the experts. We think you know what the experience has been in Berkshire County and other places with pipelines. They're not horrible new things, they're there. And, you know, we have, Tennessee Gas has about 114 miles of pipelines in Berkshire County, and this proposal is to add 23. I understand people's concerns about a lot of the things that have been said. I know that you will run these things down to really, to facts with studies that are supported. And I thank you very much for coming out here to hear this and for your professionalism, I'm sure, in sorting through a ton of emotion and a lot of very pressing issues that are not for you to solve. The issue that we have to deal with here is availability of natural gas for these counties. I wish that you could be in Pittsfield for your next hearing, because I'm representing many people. I'm presenting a letter from the Chamber of Commerce now. We have 1,000 members, 32 municipalities. We're in support of additional natural gas availability in Berkshire County. Thank you for making this effort.
All right, Bruce Simpson, followed by Pamela.
Paul Nicolai, Nicolai. I am a member of the Board of Directors of the Economic Development Council of Western Massachusetts, which is a group of public and private entities concerned with economic development in Franklin, Hampshire, and Hampden counties. Last year, as chair of the Infrastructure Committee, the EDC and I conducted an extensive study of the natural gas supply and resulting electricity cost problems in Western Massachusetts. We understood then that failure to address the natural gas supply problem would lead to increased economic dislocation in our region. The first dislocation we have suffered for the last 2 years is a $6 billion tax on electric bills for the extra cost of natural gas, which comes into short supply in the winter months. That dislocation will continue next year, taking another $6 billion out of the pockets of consumers and putting it into the pockets of natural gas suppliers outside the region. The second dislocation is moratoria on new natural gas supplies. Berkshire Gas has already instituted one, others are coming. The communities affected cannot have any new businesses receive natural gas supply. No new business means no new jobs. Supplying cost-effective, responsibly clean energy for our people is a complicated problem requiring balanced approaches and moderate thinking. Because the Commonwealth has a policy of reducing the carbon footprint of our economic activities, the use of natural gas for electricity generation must continue to increase from the current 45% to a projected 55% when the additional 11 gigawatts of power are taken out of are decommissioned over the next 10 years. Renewable sources and conservation, while important, will simply not fill the bill. This situation, which has been building for at least the last 3 years, now leads to stark realities. We either take steps to increase the supply of natural gas, including improving contracts like this one, or we find ourselves in a position where we tell our residents that they can no longer afford to continue to live here affordably. Thank you.
Thank you.